Welcome to the Wendy's Boys Tournament Tip-Off Show, presented by your local Pick and Save stores. I am Mike McGivern alongside my co-host for today's show. He is the head basketball coach at Greendale Martin Luther. He's Paul Wollersheim. Coach, how you been?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Man, what a great day and a great time of year for us. Starting today, in fact, right after our show, Division III in the state boys tournament kicks off, and there's some great stories, some great teams playing today.
It is, the best time of year as if you're a fan of basketball, if you coach, if you're a player. Just the excitement of the state tournament, the great matchups you don't see every day. Really excited about it.
You know, we're gonna break down Division 4 and 5 in the next segment, and then take a segment for 3, 2, and 1. But before we get to that, Coach, I want to say congratulations to you. You went over 500 wins this year. And, Coach, that's a whole different atmosphere for a lot of us coaches to think that you've gone over 500. Back in the day, when you started at Dominican, did you ever think you'd get to 500?
You really don't think about it when you first start. You just are thinking about the next game and the next, that season and who you might have the next year. And as the seasons go on and, you pass some milestones, the 300 and 400, it starts to enter your mind a little bit about, I wonder if I can stick around long enough to get 500. And you don't want that to be the focus, though. It's always the team and the team success, but those wins come along the way.
Well, you know what? I'm so proud of you. I'm just really proud of the way you run a program and the way you coach. I tell people, you and I coached together for a long time, and I've coached other guys, but you know what? You do it differently. You stick with what you believe, and you're going to run the things that you believe that are going to work for that team. Coach, if there are young guys that are just getting involved in coaching at the high school level that happen to be watching, what would you tell them the keys to get to that number and the keys to running a good program would be?
I think, just being determined and believing in what you're doing. I think that's the key, and then always be open to learning new, the way the game is changing. The game has really changed in the last, for sure, 10 years, maybe a little longer, with the analytics of the three-point shot.
Sure.
It's such a different game now than it was 10, 15, 20 years ago, with just the development and the way the three-point shot has really entered the game. It's defending it, shooting it. It changes the way you coach a little bit.
You bet. I agree with that. You and I had the opportunity to go to 3 state finals and win them. And so I kind of have a feeling what some of these coaches and players are feeling today, whether they're playing today or playing tomorrow. That feeling of getting to the Kohl Center, getting our kids into the locker room and getting ready to play is like no other. If you haven't done it before, trying to set that template and knowing what time you should get there, should you spend the night there, should you eat before, all of that stuff that some of these coaches are going through, it's nerve-wracking right now.
It is, and I think the earlier you can put your plan together and get it out to the players and their parents, so there's some, and trying to keep some type of regularity to what you did during the season. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be different. There's an excitement level, but to try to just keep some semblance of what you did during the season helps. And because you're gonna get some workouts in, you're gonna get some practices in gyms you don't normally practice in, and just finding a place to watch some film while you're up there. All these things everything's different, and it's super exciting, and there's nothing like it. But trying to keep some amount of regularity to what you did.
Do you know that last year I coached at Greendale Martin Luther? We both knew that was going to be my last year. One of the things I remember most is what the school did that day that we were getting on the bus to go up to Madison, where they lined the hallways, and they lined all the way out to the bus, and looking at the players and the joy that they had just walking through the school and high-fiving people was something that I will never forget. And it was a really cool moment, I think, not only for the team and the players, for us as a coaching staff, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, there's nothing like getting up to the state tournament and being a part of that. The whole week during sectionals is special too, because there's so few schools left, and the crowds are so big for this Thursday sectional semis, and then the sectional championship, and to win that and get that extra week where it's just the focus is just on your school. I mean, usually in the area there's not a lot of schools left, if any. And there's just so much more attention to everything. It's hard to concentrate on at practice. You know, everybody's thinking about being on TV and the game at the Kohl Center, trying to stay focused on our next opponent and the game plan and staying true to what we do and how we do it. That's the challenge for the coaches as well as the players.
Yeah, 100%. Well, we're going to break down these brackets, and we'll start with 4 and 5 and then get to 3, 2, and 1. But excited to have you here today. This is the Wendy's Boys Tip-Off Show presented by your local Pick and Save stores, only on My 24.